What's going on, guys? So, a recent article came out, and most people are shocked that Bill Gates is giving away 99% of his wealth. Okay? 99% of his wealth, I think, over the next 20 years to his foundation. And the real story here is not about the money, right? What I want to talk about, because what we talk about on this channel is about mindset, it's about the mindset that he's instilling in his children. Okay? Because sometimes the greatest inheritance is the fire to build something of your own. So we're going to get into that. We're going to dive into that today, but first we got to get the house cleaning out the way. So what's going on, Limitless Legion, or if you're new to my channel, welcome to the channel. This channel is for the ones who know they're built for more, the ones who don't run from pressure, they grow through it. So with that being said, if you want to be a part of the Limitless Legion, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel. And I definitely need you to leave a like, because it lets the algorithm know that we're building something real over here. But without further ado, the title of today's video is Bill Gates is giving his kids a greater gift than money. So the headline that just came out, right, that I saw, and this isn't the first time this has come out, but he basically announced it again, right? Bill Gates, that he plans to give away 99% of his wealth. And like I said, this is not new news, but it is resurfacing. And, people are reacting the same way. Like, the first thing that comes to mind, of course, is why wouldn't he give all of his wealth to his kids? He worked for that, right? And his family deserves to get that wealth. But Bill Gates' philosophy isn't about hoarding wealth, right? It's about that legacy, that impact, right? And that empowerment. Okay? So 99%. But understand this, in the long run, that 1% matters more than you think, guys. Now, don't get it twisted. His kids are still, hold on, somebody just, yeah, I'm doing a video, so I didn't want to interrupt it, but it's all good. No, I don't know why this isn't working. I know, sometimes it's weird. That's why I'm moving out of here. Yes, dude, sometimes, I don't know what be going on with that shit. Thank you, though. Yeah, of course, man. No, it's all good, it's all good. Nah, man, no worries. All right, you too, brother. All right, so let's get back to it, guys. Let's stay on track. The 1% that matters more than you think, guys. Okay? So 1%, right? His kids are still getting, hundreds of millions. But if that's all you guys take away from this, then you're really missing the deeper lesson that comes from this. And the greater gift that we have to focus on is that his kids have to earn the rest. That's beautiful. Right? They're not just going to receive. They still have to build. And don't look at this, I don't look at this. I'm not going to tell you guys what to think, but I don't look at this as deprivation. I look at this as activation. And if you're a part of Limitless Legion, and I know you do too, right? This is profound. And this goes back down. This is an ancient gift that he's giving his kids, right? Clearly, of course, Bill Gates is a smart person. He's read tons of literature, I'm sure. Right? Plato. Do you know who Plato is? In the Republic, Plato warned against children of kings becoming weak. Right? Why did he warn of this? Simple. Because when everything is handed down, nothing is actually built up. I don't care what the situation is. Strength does not come from what you get. It comes from what you struggle for. Right? So when we talk about Bill Gates, he's giving his kids a gift wrapped in discomfort, the gift of having to actually become. Okay? Because here's the paradox: too much inheritance can be a trap, guys. Inheritance. Not only does it breed comfort, it breeds entitlement. It fosters paralysis. Why would anybody hustle when they already know that they'll never need to? You've basically sedated your kids and you've made them helpless, right? So this, although it looks like generosity, giving an inheritance to your kids, right? You're giving your kids the world. You're actually robbing them of the fight that forges greatness. All right. And understand this: Bill Gates didn't become Bill Gates because somebody just handed him $1 billion trust, right? And maybe that's exactly why he chose not to give one away to his kids. Okay. So let's get philosophical for a second. Because Nietzsche said, he who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Do you get what that means? He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Let's put a modern spin on this, right? I know it sounds very confusing on the first listen, but let's put a modern spin. He who is given the how may never develop a why. He who is given the how may never develop a why. So we're talking about the journey, right? The resistance, the failures, right? All the things that create character. Okay? Inheritance does not create character. And he's going to get a lot of flack for this because modern culture hates this idea, right? We got to understand we do live in a culture of shortcuts, right? Think about it. People go viral, right? They get viral fame. They instant gratification everywhere you look, right? Everybody wants that crown, but nobody wants the calluses. So when somebody like Gates says, I'm going to give my children the opportunity to earn, right? I'm not just going to give them the resources. I'm not just going to allow them to coast through life, right? This goes against the grain from where we are today in society. But that's exactly why I looked at it as so powerful and I wanted to make a video about it, right? Because what we're talking about is real empowerment versus entitled enablement. And there's a difference between giving somebody a gift and making somebody dependent on you, right? When you empower somebody, you're basically telling that person, I believe in you enough not to rescue you from every hard thing. But when you enable somebody, you say, I'll just give it to you so you never have to try to figure it out yourself. So when I look at this, I look at it as Gates is empowering his kids, right? And he's giving them the freedom to become the kind of people who can stand on their own feet, right? And not just try to stand on his name. Even though they're still going to get hundreds of millions, right? They ain't going to get billions. Because can you even spend billions? Right? But let's stay on track, guys. So, although you might not be a millionaire, right? Because let's get into what this means for you guys. You may not have millions to give away, right? But you do have something more valuable. You have your time, you have your youth, you have your energy, you have your ambition. So you have to ask yourself, are you trying to build your life on somebody else's legacy? Right? Are you waiting for a handout? Or are you writing your own? Are you empowered yourself? Right? I wanted this to come back full circle because, like I said, this is ingrained in our culture, right? People still, although may not get hundreds of millions, they still get inheritances, right? People wait on handouts, people wait on connections, right? But the most powerful thing you can ever inherit is hunger, desire, right? And I feel like that's what Bill Gates is passing down to his children. So before you guys judge, look a little deeper. Let's not always look at things on face value, right? Because you're looking at the money, but maybe Bill Gates is giving his kids one thing that money can't buy, and that's the opportunity to actually earn their greatness. Okay? So, guys, if you felt this message, right, and maybe even if you want me to talk about more things that are going on, in the world, I don't mind. But what I do need you guys to do is like the video because it lets the algorithm know that we're building something. And it takes no time, it takes no effort. And subscribe if you want to join the Limitless Legion. But I will catch you guys in the next video. Also share this to somebody who else could hear this message. But until next time, guys, peace.